Hey, what up guys? If you clicked on this video and you start scrolling around, you'll notice that this is a 360 video. So this is at the hay with Adam, and this is more of a technical exercise for myself to really just see what I can do with this camera that I borrowed from a friend. This is also featuring Kaitlin, who is Adam's girlfriend. So that being said, Adam and myself, we're going to play the hay. Feel free to take in the sights and the views and some of the sounds as we play this cool little pitch and putt course. So we ended up taking a breakfast ball because, we had no warm up. And here it starts. As you can see, hole one is called the hay, and you can scroll around and, look around and see what's going on. Kaitlin actually hit a really good shot, and she actually ended up on the green. Our breakfast balls, both of us, are in our second attempts, still didn't end up on the green.
So I hope you guys like this walk along. It's going to be interesting. I haven't used this thing before, but you see me play at the hay, and we're just going to take you along and walk and check it out. It's going to be like an hour long thing, and I hit 2 balls, took a breakfast, and my breakfast is not much better, but look at Kaitlin over here. She's the only one on the green. Me, not a scratch golfer, and not a scratch golfer's girlfriend, Kaitlin, ended up being closer than both of us. It's gonna be good. I'm just gonna put this on the green. Look at this green undulation. This is great.
All right, so here's my birdie attempt after a breakfast ball. Left it super short. I think we're giving it a little bit too much respect off the first. And Adam also leaves his very short. So I think we scared Kaitlin into leaving hers short as well, as you can see. And then, so we all have lengthy putts coming up. So here's my par putt. Ends up lipping out, unfortunately. And so I end up getting a bogey. Adam also leaves this one short again. Very uncharacteristic like of him. And then Kaitlin just went for it. So this is Kaitlin's first time playing golf ever, and you're going to see some pretty good shots from her. But as you can see, she's just sliding this one in, doing the classic hockey puck into the hole.
Okay, here is the probably best hole in the course.
Was this number 7?
This is number 7.
All right, this is the iconic hole number 2 at the hay, but number 7 replica of Pebble Beach. I end up hitting mine onto the green nice and secure. And then actually Adam hits a really good shot too. So here comes his attempt, and he just peers this one, and it goes onto the green as well. So both of us are on the green, and Kaitlin's going to come up here. Mind you, this is the first time she's ever played golf, which is, a good place to play golf and start out is the hay. There's a lot of kids, there's a lot of youth, there's a lot of beginners here just having a good time, and there's no pressure. So between walking from tee to green, feel free to scroll around and, look at the sights. It was a beautiful day that day. So putting down the tripod, here's my birdie attempt. And I had the good speed, but didn't have the line. So end up tapping for a par, no complaints there. So next up is Adam for his birdie attempt. And obviously he's a lot better putter than I am, and he ends up draining his. So here's Kaitlin. And while she was hitting these putts, I heard her mutter the words, "Golf is hard." And yes, Kaitlin, it definitely is hard, but you did such a great job out there, and I can't wait to share your shots with other people.
All right, parred that one. Adam's up on me.
Oh yeah.
Adam is up 1 on me.
Up one. Let's go.
So Adam and I, we didn't really formally agree to any sort of match or anything, so I'm just keeping our scores side by side. This hole slopes down and, away towards the ocean, and I actually took a putter here, and, this is not technically a bad play. It is said that, you can putt some holes at the hay, this being one of them, and this runs through the green. Adam ended up chunking his down to the left, and, we thought, let's give Kaitlin another try with a putter and see how she does with that. So Adam was giving her some instructions, and then she ends up a pretty good shot that ends up being closer than both Adam and myself. So go, Kaitlin. That's awesome that, you're closer than both of us who've been playing for decades. So walking to the green, obviously you can see how beautiful it is out here. And the conditions were very lush at the hay. And here's Kaitlin from off the green. It ends up going on the green and running right through. But yeah, she's in a position actually for par here. So that's pretty great. Here's Adam from, short of the green. He's just putting his. And it's snapped all the way towards this very close position. And so he has an easy tap in. The camera was a little too far away to record my chip, so this was a lengthy one for par. End up draining that one, so feeling pretty good. And then Adam, just, pretty easy 2-putt for this guy. He just drains his as well. So Kaitlin ended up making a 5 there, which is pretty gosh dang good. This next hole, you're going to have to scroll to see, the scorecard and then the green. Just use that marker that I've been putting at over each green to see the name of the hole, the yardage distance, and then also Adam and mine's scores. Kaitlin, we end up giving her a little bit of instruction. She hits a really good shot, and she ends up on the green. So, man, on the green in regulation, she ends up just bunting it up there. And one thing she was focused on was, trying to hit it up in the air, which is a very difficult thing to do when you're starting out. But that's what she was really striving to do. And she put a great hit on this one.
Wow. That's Kaitlin is impressing once again.
All right, here's my chip from off the green. Ends up hitting it pretty close, and so I'm looking pretty good for my par here.
Thanks.
So Adam went over the green. He has this really tough slider putt. And yeah, it's either you hit it a mile by to try to make it, or you baby it to try to preserve the 2-putt. He went to go for it, and now he has like a 6 or 7 footer. Kaitlin leaves her birdie putt a little bit short, but guess what? She ends up draining the par. So at this point, we're all putting to tie Kaitlin. So here's my par attempt coming up. And honestly, I was pretty nervous because I didn't want to lose. So I ended up luckily making that. And then Adam has his comeback after that slidey downhill putt. So here's his par attempt. And it lives out. So Kaitlin actually beat him on this hole. Let's go. So moving on to hole 5. This hole is called Grace. It is 49 yards. And you can see the scores in. You got to scroll over again. It's a 360 video to see the scoreboard there side by side. I end up hitting it okay. And then Adam ends up hitting his a little bit short. So you could probably see it if you scroll in the video and try to search around for the shots. Next up is Kaitlin. She has an opportunity to hit it closer. And she makes good connection with the ball here. And so ends up rolling up the hill. And she ends up in a pretty good spot. So walking up to the green, first you see Adam's ball, then Kaitlin's, then mine. And so here is Adam's attempt. And yeah, with a really good touch, up that hill. Leaves a lengthy one for par, but not bad. Kaitlin unfortunately rolls her pretty far by, so she's out of the hole. And then here's my birdie attempt. And I barely miss that, and I tap in for par. So here's the cleanup for Adam. And he goes all the way around the hole, around the world to make that par. If you scroll over, you'll see that Kaitlin hits hers. And she ends up 2-putting for bogey. So let's go. So I got to give credit where credit is due.
Good job, Kaitlin. Honestly.
All right, walking up to the next hole here. This hole is called Lanny. 77 yards here. I end up hitting this a little bit short, and unfortunately there's like a false front. It can just roll off. Adam also hits his a little short as well. And yeah, this one's going to definitely be a tough one because it's really close to the green's edge. And yeah, we have to, contend with a big false front. Kaitlin, she does hers. Can't hit them all great. Welcome to golf. So as you can see, walked past both balls here. I put the camera up on top of the green. It looks like I blast the ball by, which I do. But if you scroll past the hole and look at my ball, it starts making its way back to the hole. So ultimately, just wanted to get it onto the green, so I had to putt for it and try to save par. Interestingly enough, Adam had other ideas. He tried to finesse it. And yeah, you can see that false front. So the ball is coming back down towards his feet. So very uncharacteristic of him. If you watch any of his videos, he doesn't make mistakes quite like this. And shockingly enough, he does it again. So unfortunately, now he has to just try to get up and down for a double. So here's this attempt to get onto the green. Third time's a charm. Rolls it about 10 feet past. Here is my par putt attempt. As you can see, it's quite slidey, but end up just tapping in for bogey. No complaints here. And then here's Kaitlin's putt. She's going to try to knock her putt in. And yeah, she gets doinked by the flag. So that's very unfortunate. Talk about a bad break. And then here's Adam for double. Gave it too much respect and left it short. And so he ends up with the triple bogey here. All right, moving on to the next hole. This hole is called Jack. This is a 61-yard approach. And like I said, you have to move around your screen to see, kind of the beacon that I put above the green, indicating the holes in the scores. I end up hitting this one pretty good. So I'm looking pretty well in position to get a birdie. Adam also hits this pretty good as well. So here comes Kaitlin with hers. And I'm sure this is all too relatable with the duff there. And she's expressing a little bit of frustration, but she ends up getting off the tee on the next shot. So we walk up to the green. Here's Adam's birdie attempt. And yeah, I just left that one short, and here comes mine next after he just taps that in for par. And yeah, at this point, I'm really just trying to get a birdie here, but I'm actually not shooting a bad score. So played it somewhat safe, but end up getting an easy 2-putt for par. So in the brevity of the moment, wanted to get out of Kaitlin's way. She ends up hitting the ball past. You can scroll and see where she ends up. And then she ends up hitting another one and drains it from long distance. So yeah, she hit a pretty long distance putt, her first like 10 or 12 footer ever made. All right, moving to the next hole. This is the 8th. It's about 92 yards and it's downhill. So I opted for the flat stick again. It ended up turning out pretty okay. It ends up short and left of the green. Adam goes for the tiger line in his shot. And we were just talking about the tiger line, what that was to Kaitlin, which means all risk and reward. And unfortunately, Adam just ends off the backside of the green. And so he has to get up and down just like me. So walking over, looking at our balls, scroll around and check out the sights and the views. It's a beautiful day. And I take out the flat stick again. So my ball starts breaking to the left, but then it straightens out. And so, yeah, I left myself with a long putt for my par here. So I'm going up to the green to capture Adam's shot. But first, I'm going to try to roll on my par. And yeah, I end up leaving that one short and tapping in for bogey here. So here's Adam's attempt. And you've seen his short game time in and time out, how reliable it is. And now he's in a really good position to tap in for par. He just brings up the wedge and taps it in. So easy par for him. All right, coming up to the last hole. It's called Tiger. This green has a crazy like dimple in the middle of it. So wherever they place a flag, they make it really tough on you. I end up in a really good spot, just long and right. And Adam comes up a little bit short, so he will have a pretty tough one on the wrong tier to try to get his birdie. And now next up is Kaitlin. She'll be hitting an iron here. She ends up hitting a pretty solid shot up the way. And probably one of her best irons of the day came on the last hole. So that's got to be a great feeling. So let's walk up to the green. So as I was mentioning before, I do think the hay is a good, friendly place to bring someone to try to learn golf and at least hit some golf balls. Kaitlin had a really great time. So here is my birdie putt attempt. Pretty scared here, played it defensively. End up just rolling and cozying this one down for an easy tap in par. And so Adam now has his long putt. As I said, that dimple feature in the middle of the green that he's actually in. He putted out well, and now he has a little testy one for par. But guess what? This guy, he's just going to walk up all casually and just knock this one in. So that being said, all in all, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was more of a technical exercise with this 360 camera. Probably won't do too many more of these. And thumbs up for Kaitlin. She did an awesome job. Way to go on this last putt, cozied it up there, and then she just hits that in. And if you scroll to the top, you'll see who the actual winner is of this match. And yeah, it's definitely Kaitlin because she got to play golf for the first time with the both of us, and I had a great time playing with the both of them. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. Keep chasing, and I'll see you in the next one.